Hello and welcome to Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey as always. Thanks for joining me today. Well, we got a brand new small block Chevrolet and we are prepping to get inside the modified before our first race here in a week or so. So ride along with me. Let's see if we can get it ready. Okay, the whole reason we're going to this motor here is a 415 cubic inch small block. It has an aftermarket block, very nice motor. Should make around 640 horsepower is what we have it figured at. We didn't put it on the dyno. This motor here is a good little motor, really nice aftermarket block as well. But this one only makes about 540, so we're looking at about 100 horsepower difference. And the reason that's important this year is they're allowing us to go from the slicks we normally run in this Pro Mod class. We're going to go to groove tires. And you know, I have my own grooving business here. So I made these up this past weekend. These are ST1s. These are softest asphalt pull-offs, but by the way, it's what we have to run, which is good because, you know, these tires are half the cost of a regular dirt tire. But with the groove tires this year, we're going to be a lot faster. The car, so we're going to be a lot faster, and we need all the horsepower we can get. So I elected to go with a big cubic inch motor like this 415. Only thing we got to do is we got to try to get this bottom pulley on here, get it spaced out right. I had to get some spacers to come in for that. The main thing is get this push rod. You have to have a special push rod for a roller cam. We're going to get that put in. Then I got to run water lines from the water pump around to the heads here on both sides, and pretty much shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to get it ready to set in. I'm actually going to have the fuel pump, everything on it minus the carburetor. So I mean, hoses or belts and hoses, everything. So all we have to do is just swap motors, just simply by swapping carburetors. All we have to do. So that's our plan, to make it real simple. So see if we can try to get these pulleys and stuff on here. And that'll be our first item of business. Went up to Auto Parts store and got some grade 8 fine thread bolts, the right length. This bottom spacer is really thick, and got what we need for that. All right, we found the right length harmonic balancer bolt I want to use. This gives us about probably 3/4 of an inch of threads. We'll just run this up just real light right now. We'll come back and check that later. Next thing, see if we can try to get our top pulley on. We're going to use these smaller holes. Make sure your pulley's lined up. I know this is going to be a bear to get on. I've already had to drill out this pulley to a 3/4 inch shaft. We just took a step up bit and did that. Make sure that stays center. Okay, we can pop this on. A little bit off. Okay, just use a little screwdriver there to pop that over. We'll go ahead and put a 1/4 inch bolt in there. I thought I grabbed one a while ago. I'm sorry, a 5/16. I may put another one there just for good measure. Man up. That is a tight belt. At least I'll leave it in one place until we get ready to get the motor stabbed. Like I said, we still have to put a power steering belt on there. That's a longer belt, and that's already on the car with a pump. So let's move now to this fuel pump rod. Okay, this is a push rod. This is a comp push rod. You want to make sure you put the tip up against the roller cam. Anytime you run a roller cam, do not run a stock fuel pump rod. I'll put just a little bit of grease on there so it'll hold it up in there. Just a little bit on the outside edge, doesn't take much. I've already got us a new gasket on the back side of our plate here. And we'll get these tightened up, then we'll go grab our new fuel pump. All right, we got our plate bolted on, got it tight now. Got our new Holley pump. Man, these things are hard to get in Fort Knox. We like running these pumps like this. I'll put the fittings on it once I get it in position on the car. You can rotate these around, but I know this right here, that'll be fine the way we can run it up. But I like where you can clock these. That's why we like these Holley pumps. So we should be good. We'll put a 90 there, and I actually should put a 90 and go straight up, so that'll be fine. It comes with a new gasket and a new sticker. You always got to have a sticker. This is where you're thankful that you have that just a little bit of grease on your push rod in there, so it keeps it up out of the way. Makes it a whole lot easier to try to get this in position and hold it there. Oh, I tell you what, them holes could be just a little bit larger. All right. There you go. Okay, so one new Holley fuel pump installed. Now we'll move on to the next item of business. Going to try to see if we can get these water lines done right here. So I got to go try to find some fittings for that. So be right back with you. Okay, I didn't film all this excitement surrounding these fittings. I ended up having to go to a local hose manufacturer here in town and had to get $60 worth of fittings here. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to run a 45 or a 90 here, but we got those on both sides and everything matches. So that'll be good. I may come back and put a hose clamp on that, but I'm not sure. You don't have to, if you run push locks up here, you don't have to run the hose clamps. But I went in and loosened up one of the valve covers so you can see. These are trick flow heads, and I talked to them today. They actually got a serial number here on the back, and they gave me the specs on the heads, and obviously they're good quality heads. Now, I know you're probably wondering, why was he running an HEI in there? If you notice, that car back here has got an HEI in it. I do not run anything but HEIs anymore. We run the MSD. This is the MSD HEI. This is the billet distributor. And the reason I do that is on multiple times I've had electronic box, MSD boxes go out. I was in Georgia one time, won the heat race, started on the pole, the feature, went in the car, got my fire suit and helmet on, got everything in the car ready to go. Car wouldn't crank. The box had gone out. I had a motor builder tell me one time that MSD makes a lot of money by rebuilding those ignition boxes. That's why there's two of them in a Winston Cup car back in the day. Because they fail. These old HEIs are just bulletproof. I think they make exact same amount of horsepower or very, very close to it. And they're good, really good distributors. That's why, in case you're wondering why there is a HEI, it's a high dollar HEI, very high dollar HEI. So I think they're about $400 now. But anyway, that's where we're at. I'm gonna put the motor mounts on here and then come up with a couple of fuel line fittings, and we'll check back in with you here in just a second. Okay, come back and check all these now, see if we can come up with some fittings here for the fuel pump. I hope I have those, so we'll go check and see. All righty then, we got the fittings on for the fuel pump down here, and I may have to come back and turn this into a 45. I'm not sure. I didn't see any in my fittings box, but we've got the motor mounts on. Everything's on now, and I'm gonna wait and put the oil filter on it once we get it in the car. I'm gonna go ahead and crank this motor up just one last time before we get ready to pull it. We'll probably do this tomorrow, and we'll do that on the next video, but I wanna fire this thing up one more time, get some heat in it so I know that it's okay before we put it away as a new spare. So let's see if we can get it cranked up. Hope this thing will fire up. We'll see. Well, it's been a very busy day here in the shop, but we've got all the plumbing done on this motor. I appreciate you guys watching as always. On the next episode, we'll go ahead and stab this motor, pull the other one out, and put this 415 in there, and hopefully see if we can get it cranked. So join us next time, and we'll see you then. Until then, have a good rest of your day. God bless you. You take care.